was spinning. What is going on, guys? Thank you for coming back for another moto vlog. It is a beautiful March day in South Dakota. I know last weekend you guys probably saw my quad video I put up in a blizzard. And look where we are now. It's 60 degrees out in Rapid City. And we are going for a ride on the Daytona. Oh, gosh. Right now I'm headed to the gas station right over here where we got air last time because I'm going to check the front tire pressure and see if we lost any air from where we hit that rock a few weeks ago. That guy was staring at the bike. So fingers crossed, the tire pressure in the front tire should be like 30, I think. We will see. 25? Not the best. Not the best. Dang, she's got a flat tire. So unfortunately, I think I'm probably going to have to get a new rim just because I'm pretty sure there's a small air leak between the bead of the tire and the rim. I mean, it is what it is. I was kind of expecting that anyway, so oh well. I hope all you guys had a good week. I know I did. It's finally starting to warm up in South Dakota, so I'm itching to get this thing out to the hills and rip a few twisties for sure. Unfortunately, the best riding season is honestly fall because in the spring there's just so much salt and dirt on the roads, you know, from winter that it makes corners a little sketchy in the spring. So the topic I want to talk to you guys about today is somewhat controversial, I guess, at least in the eyes of lawmakers anyway, not so much in the eyes of motorcyclists, but I want to talk to you guys about lane splitting. Should lane splitting be legal or illegal? And for anybody watching this video that doesn't know what lane splitting is, I'm sure pretty much everyone watching knows what lane splitting is, but lane splitting is the act of going between cars or between lanes on your motorcycle. So for example, in a place where lane splitting would be legal, I could go in between these cars here and go up to the front of the line and be at the front of the stoplight. And of course there's arguments for and against lane splitting. Both sides have valid points. But of course I'm an avid motorcyclist, so as you can imagine, I am definitely for lane splitting. So naturally I want to start off the video by telling you guys why I think lane splitting should be legal. I think it should be legal in every state. Holy crap, is that a G-Wagon? It is a G-Wagon. She told me to wheelie. That's funny. Woo! Didn't know how sandy this corner was, so I had to slow down. So as I was saying, I think that there's a good reason why lane splitting is legal in, for example, California and, oh, thanks. I don't know why he was stopping, but, oh yeah, he was just letting me go by. What a nice guy. So as I was saying, I think that there's good reason why lane splitting is legal in most of Europe and California. And that's because in general, those places have a lot of traffic. Congestion with traffic is a big problem, especially in California. Porsche, nice. Allowing motorcycles to lane split not only reduces, you know, their own travel time to wherever they're going, but it reduces obviously the number of vehicles in a given lane because motorcycles can go between lanes. Allowing motorcycles to lane split may seem kind of insignificant in, you know, trying to reduce traffic congestion, but, you know, even if motorcycles were just 1% of traffic, which I'm pretty sure it's probably higher in a place like California, because you know they have nice weather all the time there. But every car adds up. If you can take 1% of the vehicles off the road essentially and put them between all the other vehicles, that could have the potential to, you know, speed up travel times by not 1%. It's actually exponential when you take cars off the road. Oh, what's up? That's a KTM. I think it was a 390. I don't know. Not sure. The second reason I think lane splitting should be legal everywhere is my most important reason. That is because it's a lot safer for the motorcycle rider. So for example, right now I'm stopped at a stoplight, and I always park my motorcycle when I'm stopped at a stoplight to either the right or the left of the car so I can see in between the cars. And the reason I do that is to reduce my risk of getting rear-ended. So if I could lane split, I could just go right in between the cars all the way up to the front of the line, and there'd be pretty much zero chance of me getting rear-ended in, you know, a big line of cars like that. Sitting at a stoplight is one of the most vulnerable things or places to be on a motorcycle, because you really can't do anything. I mean, if someone's coming up behind you fast, you're stuck. I mean, it's not like you can just accelerate away or move yourself out of the way. You know, you're on a motorcycle totally exposed. So not only is lane splitting safer when you're stopped at a stoplight, but it's also safer when you're just driving in traffic. And really the reasons are very similar to the ones of being stopped at a stoplight. And that's just, you don't have any control of the cars around you, whether that be in front of you or behind you or on the side of you. You could get, you know, somebody could stop suddenly in front of you, you could get rear-ended just like at a stoplight, or somebody could just change lanes right into your lane on a motorcycle. I just had that happen a couple weeks ago. Some lady tried to change lanes on me. Granted, I was sort of riding in her blind spot, but when you're lane splitting, it's advised that you travel pretty much 5 to 10 miles an hour faster than the surrounding traffic behind you, so that you're always moving past cars and they really don't have a chance to, you know, ride into your lane or anything like that. Here we go, baby. Oh my God, I was spinning. My tire was spinning in like second gear. I've never had that happen. So now, of course, I'm going to cover some of the reasons why a lot of people don't think lane splitting should be legal. And really, there's only a couple reasons why people don't think it should be legal. One being that they don't think that it is safer for the motorcycle rider, because you're having a vehicle in between lanes. You know, people could, you know, not see them, ride into their path. They're not expecting a motorcycle to be right next to their vehicle, and I understand that. But if people lane split properly, just like if people drive properly, accidents wouldn't happen. And so the second reason why a lot of people don't think it should be legal kind of goes along with the first reason, but it's for the driver of cars. And the reason behind this way of thinking is that, you know, when a motorcycle comes riding past a car, you know, fairly close in between lanes, it could scare the driver and make them, you know, react erratically, maybe crash into, you know, whatever's beside them on the other side, something like that, or startle them with the noise. And again, I understand that. You know, that would be a concern I would have as well as a driver of a car. But I really don't think that it would have that much of an impact on, you know, that driver driving the vehicle. Again, keep in mind, if lane splitting were, you know, legalized, I would want some regulation around it. I don't think you should be traveling any more than 10 miles an hour faster than, you know, the car next to you if you're lane splitting through traffic. Beyond 10 miles an hour, I think it's unsafe, especially if, you know, a car ahead of you does change lanes. I think a 10 mile an hour buffer would, you know, be sufficient enough to react on a motorcycle. So those are some arguments for and against lane splitting. Of course, I still hold the position, like a lot of other motorcycle riders, that lane splitting should be legal, just because I think it is definitely safer for motorcycle riders. So guys, that is going to be all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button below, as well as if you have any comments or questions, especially if you live in a place where, you know, lane splitting might be legal. I'd definitely love to hear from you in the comments below. But I will see you guys next Saturday for another moto vlog.